You have to pay attention to what is so important, what your mind is telling you is so important that you have to think about it right now. Because if you don't think about it right now, the world will end. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dominique Davis, also known as Brown and Bendy, and here on this channel we practice flexibility of the mind, body, and spirit. Today I want to talk about resistance, and I've realized that I've never really defined it. I don't think I've defined it on my channel, so I want to do that. And then I want to talk about how to find non-resistance so that, we can just chill and get all of our manifestations and live our best lives. So first of all, what is resistance? Resistance is when hold on. So resistance is a scientific term, and that is valid and that is a thing, but that's not what I'm talking about today. Today I'm talking about what is resistance in a spiritual sense. So to me, resistance is when we are not aligned with ourselves and when we have thoughts or we execute behavior that blocks the flow of source into our lives. People define source as the universe. People define, oh my God, I cannot talk. People define source as the universe. People define source as God. People define source in a lot of different ways. But how you define source is up to you. Resistance is when you block the flow of source into your life. So, for example, let's say that you are lonely and you want to make a new friend. You are wanting more love in your life. You're wanting more companionship. You are wanting someone to exchange love with. You want a friend. So the universe brings somebody into your life and you're like, new friend. And then you're talking to them and your mind's like, I can't believe anything that they're saying. Everyone just turns out to be fake. Who does this person think? Like, you nitpick everything that they say. That is an example of resistance. The universe brought someone into your life when you asked, and because of past situations, you're not able to enjoy the current situation. So, yes. So, I would like to also talk about how to find non-resistance, how to find a state of non-resistance in order to open up yourself to flow, to abundance, to wealth, to all of the wonderful things that we have waiting for us on the other side of the walls that we often put up ourselves. To me, non-resistance is an art, and it's a combination of being present and breaking down old subconscious beliefs. So the Power of Now talks a lot about finding a state of just being. And that state comes from disassociating with the ego, disassociating with the mind, and learning how to be inside of your body and feel your senses. And when you are in this state, it does take a little bit of practice, but when you are in this state, that is one part of practicing non-resistance, opening yourself up to all of the positive things that your positive intentions have been trying to bring into your life. So one way to be present is definitely just by meditating. I know I talk about meditation in every video, but that's not the only way to practice presence. Being present often means being conscious in the moment you're in right now and right now and right now. So if you're watching this video and you're listening to every word that I'm saying, you're being present. But if you're watching this video and 3 minutes ago I said something that made your mind think about something else and now you're there, you're not being present. You're in the past. So being present is such a big part of practicing non-resistance, because oftentimes when our mind wanders, it wanders to thoughts of the past or the future. And oftentimes we are worrying about situations that happened in the past. I haven't said this in a video and I'm just going to say it now. When we worry about things that happened in the past, we have to understand that we never remember anything the same way twice. So when we take time to obsess over things and think about things repeatedly, a lot of times when that thing happened, we were in a different mindset. We had a different perspective. So the way that we remember it is not relevant to the way that we think now. But I get it, trauma, and sometimes our brain thinks that we can fix things by thinking about it, but I'm just giving you guys the information, okay? Being present is a great way to control your mind if it tends to drift into the past or the future. But okay, back to the point. So being present just means tapping into your life experience as you are experiencing it. There's always something to feel, and that's what that book taught me, that I had this mindset that I was bored. Like if I was just sitting and the TV wasn't on and I wasn't on my computer and I wasn't on my phone, that was boring. But what this book taught me was there is always something to be experiencing. Whether you are in a quiet room with no decorations or anything, there is still something to be experiencing. There's still presence to be experiencing, whether that's in the external world or whether it's in our body. I'm not Eckhart Tolle. Please read the book because I cannot explain it as beautifully as he can. But being present is the first step of non-resistance. The second step to non-resistance is breaking down old subconscious beliefs, the subconscious beliefs that do not serve you. So when learning how to be present, your brain, if you're not used to this, is going to say, hey, I don't like this. This is different. This is not what we do. We don't think about being grateful for this moment right here. We don't do that. What are you doing? So when you're trying to be calm and enjoy the moment, different thoughts might pop up, right? So when these thoughts pop up, it's very important to pay attention to what these thoughts are saying, because thoughts are never, ever, ever random. They are attached to our subconscious beliefs and our belief system. So if you have subconscious thoughts come up, they are relevant to your belief system. If you have subconscious thoughts come up and they shift your mood in a negative way, you just got the keys. You got the keys to what you need to solve in order to raise your overall vibration. So, for example, because I know that sounds kind of confusing. For example, let's say that you were practicing being present. You know, you went to the beach, you're on the beach and you're washing the ocean. You're on the beach and you're watching the ocean and you are just looking out and having the best time. Then all of a sudden, these thoughts start coming up and you can't enjoy this beautiful view anymore because you're thinking different thoughts. You have to pay attention to what is so important, what your mind is telling you is so important, that you have to think about it right now. Because if you don't think about it right now, the world will end. Because that's how it feels, right? It feels like you can't be present and enjoy the moment because you have a problem to solve. So whatever your brain is telling you is so important that you have to solve will be very telling to you about yourself. And it'll also be kind of annoying because you're going to really start to see and understand how our ego really uses our past experiences against us. It's a mess. So for example, let's say you were on this beach and you're enjoying it and then you think, is this person mad at me? Did I do this for this person? I had this conversation with this person and I never followed up. All these different thoughts about your downfall with people. That, yeah, guilty. So that is very telling of a subconscious belief that if you do not continue to be a people pleaser, you will not be happy in life. Your brain is telling you while you're sitting on the beach, while you're trying to enjoy your life experience, your brain is telling you, hey, you need to worry about what these other people are thinking and feeling about you right now. I don't care that you're at the beach. People could hate you right now. And our brains do that sometimes. But hey, if that happens, then you know that you can articulate to yourself, hey, those people are going to be fine. This didn't matter 5 minutes ago, so why does it matter now? It doesn't. Your brain just wants you to believe it does. Another example that I'm guilty of is when trying to be present and trying to enjoy whatever I'm experiencing, I often think, hey, when's the next time I have to film for YouTube? Mind you, I have a calendar and a planner that I check every morning. So I'm very responsible with like how I manage my time. But still, when trying to be present in time that I've blocked off for myself, I may think, hey, when's the next time I need to film? Did I finish making my outline for so and so? Did I submit this for that? Like, all of the thoughts of the things that I have to do come up. And I'm aware and I'm working through the subconscious belief that it takes constant action in order to achieve anything. I know factually that constant action often leads to, missing things and things falling through the cracks. Logically, I know that I cannot be working every single second of the day without making a mistake. I know that I need to space out my productivity and give my mind breaks. But still, when I'm giving my mind breaks, my brain does not like it. So my brain says, hey, no, we need to get back to work. There's stuff that we need to be doing. So I'm working through that subconscious belief. But if I wasn't aware that it was a subconscious belief that I had to work on, I would spend my free time riddled with guilt, not getting to enjoy the very experience that I was trying to have. So it takes practice to learn how to get into states of non-resistance, how to just enjoy being. It takes practice. But when you are in states of being, it's kind of like you're giving the universe the wheel. You're letting the universe drive for a little bit instead of always being the driver. And in these moments, you're still developing. Your mind is still developing. Your aspirations and dreams are still developing behind the scenes. Life's still going on, even though you're not thinking, if that makes sense. And that's something that took me a really long time to understand and appreciate. But just because you are not constantly listening to the endless things your mind has to say does not mean that you're not moving forward. It means the opposite. It means that you are moving forward, but allowing outside circumstances to support you and and enforcing the faith you have that the universe wants these things to happen for you. I'm not saying turn your brain off all day. That's not what I'm saying. But if you can't enjoy your body, if you can't enjoy your surroundings for 5 minutes out of every day, you're overworking that brain. And when you overwork your brain, no doubt about it, the resistance to everything that you want is strong. Because as the more you overwork your brain, the more you give your brain opportunities to tell you why things won't work, to tell you why you have to work harder. Give it a break. Give your mind a break. Remember that our minds love solving problems. So because our mind loves solving problems, it creates problems. And that's just no fun. That's no fun. Like, there are enough problems in the world. We don't need to create them just by overthinking. So practicing non-resistance is freeing and fun and lovely, and I encourage you to try it. I hope you enjoyed this video because I enjoyed making it. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up so other people know that it is valuable. If you'd like me to expand on anything that I've talked about in the video, just let me know down below in the comments and I will be happy to. And last but not least, please make sure that you are subscribed so you can be around for my next video. I adore you. And I'll see you next video. Bye, guys.